Pastor Rhonda. I just wanted to come and talk to you about something today. It's important to know in this hour who we are. I mean, are we just victims of circumstance, subject to every wind that blows through? You know, I know that in this time there's so much that's out of our control. But you know, we have to be careful not to yield to what the enemy is throwing at us, not to yield to what life brings to us. You know, I always hated that song. Seems like, you know, whenever we're on vacation, we go to beachside restaurants, and there's always, you know, somebody out there with a guitar singing and playing, and invariably they do that song, dust in the wind, all we are is dust in the wind, meaning life is hopeless, life has no meaning, we're all just specks of dust carried about by the winds of life. You know, I don't believe that for 1 second. I think that's totally contrary to what the Word of God says, and I don't want us to get in that mentality during this time. No, mankind was made to have authority on the earth. You have authority in the earth. We were given authority and dominion by our Creator when He created us. In Genesis chapter 1, God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. He told them to subdue it. Verse 28 says, and God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful, multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. He told them to subdue the earth, to have dominion over it, to dress it, to keep it. In other words, to guard it, to protect it, to preserve it from all intruders. They were to exercise their God-given authority to keep out that which was contrary to the will and the word of God. Psalms 115:16 says, the heaven, even the heavens, are the Lord's, but the earth hath He given to the sons of men. Listen, He has put the earth and its systems in our hand as human beings with authority and dominion. And we cannot just sit back and let the enemy run roughshod over our lives. No, we can't control everyone. We can't control anybody else's decisions, but we can control what the enemy inserts into our lives. And we need to. You need to be careful not to just roll with anything that comes into your life. If it's not of God, if it's contrary to His will, if it's contrary to His word, then fight against it. Don't just sit back and take it. Psalms chapter 8, verses 4-6 says, what is man that thou art mindful of him, and the son of man that thou visitest him? For thou hast made him a little lower than the angels, and hast crowned him with glory and honor. Thou madest him to have dominion over the works of thy hands. Thou hast put all things under his feet. Some people believe that's an angel talking to God, saying, what is a man that you're mindful of him? But I want you to notice, you know, it says, thou hast made him a little lower than the angels. Really, that word is Elohim, which is God Himself. God made us just a little lower than He Himself. It says He has crowned us with glory and honor. Verse 6 said, thou madest him to have dominion over the works of thy hands, and thou hast put all things under his feet. That angel, or whoever it was noting that God had put all things under the feet of humanity. What does that mean? Sickness is under your feet. Poverty and lack is under your feet. Stress and distress and the enemy bringing people to harass you. It's all supposed to be under our feet. We are not helpless victims of circumstance, subject to whatever winds may assail and blow us. No, we're to exercise our dominion, exercise our authority. Use your shield of faith. Not here, Satan. You're not going to do this. I'm not going to allow it. Do not allow in your life that which God would not allow in your life. Draw your sword of the Spirit. Put the enemy on the run. You are not powerless, but you are powerful. And if the enemy can keep you from knowing that, he's going to run roughshod over you as much as you'll let him. But you are not powerless. You are powerful. So rise up. take your authority. Only use your dominion. Use that authority God gave us. Only allow in your life that which is allowable in heaven and by the word of God. All right, you powerful people, go forth and conquer.